Let's get it. So there's one thing that is holding a lot of us back in life. I still deal with it from time to time, but I think I've gotten a lot better. But there's one thing that's once you realize that it's this thing and you start to make some actionable changes, your life is going to change. And this thing is self-limiting beliefs. Self-limiting beliefs. Belief is so key. If there's anything I've learned in the past 5 years, doing social media has a lot to do with this, but if there's anything I learned in the past 5 years, really my whole life, but especially in the past 5 years, it's how powerful belief is. How powerful belief is. Doubt is equally as powerful. It is. But belief is so strong. Self-limiting beliefs. What is this? These are things that we believe about ourselves, or these are limits that we put on ourselves. So let's say you want to be a pilot. All right? Cool. You want to be a pilot. Is there a chance that you could be a pilot? Yeah, you could be a pilot. You could be a pilot. There's people who were 13, 15, 17, 18, like you, who wanted to be pilots, and then they went to college. They went to pilot school. There's a method to this type of stuff. So you could be a pilot. But if you want to be a pilot, and instead of finding reasons as to why you can actually do this, you start to list out reasons in your head as to why you can't be a pilot, you're not going to be a pilot because you put these self-limiting beliefs on yourself. And there is a mental health component to this. There is. And with mental health, I like to explain it to my patients this way. Most of us, when we're doing certain things, it's a matter of if we will or won't, right? Like I will do the dishes, I won't do the dishes. I can choose to do it if I want to. I don't really have to, but I can. It's a matter of if I will or if I won't. But when it comes to mental health, it's really a matter of if you can or can't. And a lot of times you can't because of your mental health condition. If somebody's severely depressed, a lot of times you can't get out of bed. You're just kind of stuck there. If somebody's in a manic episode, you can't, exercise the best judgment from time to time, or at least while you're in a manic episode. Because where you are, mental health wise, your brain, your body, you're not in the best possible position to do things for yourself. So you can't. And that's where therapy, medications, things like that come into play. So we can get you from can versus can't into will versus won't. Now we actually feel like we can. And that's why I'm not going to go off into too much of a tangent, but I talk about ADHD a lot. I have ADHD, and it's the most treatable psychiatric condition. And one of the best things that you can do for somebody who has ADHD is to give them medication, stimulants, non-stimulants. But when you intervene medically with a medication for ADHD, it's a transformative thing. I know how huge it's been for my life. I don't know if I would have, graduated with my doctorate and done everything that I've done without getting help. Being diagnosed at 26, it meant a lot to me. So shout out to Dr. Pearson in Grovetown, Georgia. I forget the name of the practice, but that was a pivotal moment for me in my life. It allowed me to believe like I could get the job done, or I could start the thing so I can get the job done, right? When you have self-limiting beliefs, you're going to tell yourself certain things, and then you're going to look for reasons to believe those things. This is one of our biggest problems. And the lack of belief is going to be manifested in your actions. The people that you date, the people that you hang out with, the things that you do, it comes from these beliefs or lack of belief. But if you have a self-limited belief that, okay, I don't think I can be a nurse. Like, nah, you gotta go to nursing school. And then you have to pass the NCLEX, and then you have to work. I just can't be a nurse. Well, guess what? You're not gonna be no nurse. You're not gonna be an RN or LPN or NP because you told yourself that you can't do it. And when people ask, is it really that simple? It is that simple. It's not easy, But it is that simple. The things that we say to ourselves are so important. And how do you get this belief in yourself? It comes from the actions, doing certain things every single day so we can feel like we are people that we can trust. I play guitar. I'm here in my parents' house. So I'm back in the South. I play guitar. I got two guitars over here. I got this, well, this is my brother's guitar. This little Squire Scrat. This is my little brother's guitar right here. I haven't played it in a couple of days, so I know I'm slacking. But I'll strum it for a couple of minutes this morning just to say that I play the guitar. And I can see my acoustic guitar over there. I play my guitar. I write. I don't write a lot every morning, but I write a little bit. Because if I'm a comedian, if I'm a musician, and I am those two things, you gotta play guitar. You gotta write a little bit. And when you keep the promises, I don't want to get this thing messed up. When you keep the promises that you make to yourself, you start to become more and more confident. And it chips away these self-limiting beliefs that we have about ourselves. And the reason why it's so important to get rid of these self-limiting beliefs, like I said, you're making big life decisions, depending on how old you are, right? But even as adults, we have this type of thing. And actually, I would actually argue that kids are more, kids are braver than adults. Because by the time you become, let's say 27, by the time you're 27 as an adult, life has already beat you over the head. You've dealt with financial stress, interpersonal conflict, relationship stress, job stress, maybe stress from kids. You're getting older, you're starting to lose loved ones, grief. So at a certain point, as an adult, that belief starts to erode. You don't believe in yourself as much. But for kids, have y'all talked to a kid recently? Kids think that they can do anything. Like go to any picnic or your church, whatever. Talk to a fifth grader. These kids want to be astronauts and firefighters and doctors and YouTubers all at the same time. That's what the average fifth grader wants to do. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a basketball player. And guess what? They actually could be these things. We say that, oh, you can't do it. You could be these things. If you put your mind to it, you could really be these things. Maybe when it comes to sports, like a basketball player, if you're 5'2", okay, genetically maybe it's not going to work out. But for the most part, and even then, you can still be around the sport. All right, cool. We can't play basketball because we're not 6'8", 250 like LeBron. Well, can you be a basketball scout? The GM of the Chicago Bulls, Jerry Krause, I think that's his name. Short guy, kind of stocky. He wasn't athletic at all, but he built arguably the greatest basketball team of all time. So you can get very close to your dreams, but you have to have that belief. And when you have belief, right, when you take away the self-limiting beliefs and you start to believe in yourself more, what does that do? It leads to this thing called audacity. And once you have audacity, then you start to actually think that you can do the thing that you want to do. So for me, I was working in Southern Virginia doing forensic psychiatry. It's my first job out of school. And I remember talking to one of my coworkers. He said that when I first got to Virginia, I would get to the hospital super early. I would get to the hospital super early before anybody else. I had about 21, 22 patients. This is pre-COVID, by the way. I would get to the hospital super early, and I would go through all the patients' charts, start reading about each patient. And then I brought my books with me. I brought like 2 suitcases, and I would leave one in the office and have my books. So I would read up about a patient, and then I'll go back to my books and start learning, okay, schizoaffective disorder, all right, schizoaffective disorder, bipolar type, bipolar disorder, okay, depression, unipolar depression, Okay, unipolar depression versus mood disorder. Gotcha. Okay. Schizophrenia. All right. Okay. Other related thought disorders. Like I would study psychiatry. I became a rat. I just, I would learn about my patient, and I would go right back to the books. I studied my ass off. And when I had questions, because I had a lot of them, I would text my mentors and my preceptors back in Georgia, all the psychiatrists and the psych NPs who trained me in school. I would text my questions like, "Hey, Doctor So and So, what do you think about this? Do you think we can start this patient on Clozaril? What do you think about this?" Or, "Oh wow, I didn't know that you could add lithium to um, a patient's medications and it's going to raise their white blood count." Like all these little clinical pearls and jewels. But I thought that I could be really good at psychiatry, which is why I did all these things. I had the audacity to tell myself, "Hey, I think I could be good. I think I can manage a unit of 21 patients that have rather complex mental health conditions." It was a tall task. Keep in mind, I'm coming fresh out of school. I'm 26. Um, you finish school and you go straight to a city where you know nobody. Williamsburg, Virginia. My family is in Augusta. My girlfriend at the time is in Savannah, Georgia. I know nobody. I knew nobody, but I thought that I could be good at psychiatry. So I said, all right, let's give it a shot. And then the actions I followed behind that, it led to that excellence where I got better and better and better and better. Then I hear about an app called TikTok. My brothers were on it. I kept hearing Gary Vee talk about TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Get on TikTok, get on TikTok. I had a book at the time, You Already Won, and I downloaded TikTok so I could promote this book. I was in Detroit at a book signing. Like one or two people showed up. I posted the book on TikTok. Nobody wanted to really see the book or have anything to do with the book, which makes sense because I had 0 followers, so nobody knew who I was. I nearly deleted the app, but I came out of TikTok a couple of months later, December 2019. I started to post just because I was bored. Just because I was bored. And I saw a couple of videos go viral, and I thought to myself, wow, those people who have like thousands and hundreds of thousands of followers, they probably started off where I started off. That's crazy. All right. Well, maybe if I keep posting, I might be able to do this. I don't know, but I might. I kept posting. I kept posting. Went from 300 followers, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 3,000 followers. And as I'm doing, like I said, the confidence comes from the doing of these mundane tasks every single day, so that way you can believe in yourself. As I'm doing, my belief starts to soar. Now, all the self-limited beliefs that I had, where I thought, oh, I can't be an influencer, I can't do this, I can't do that, they start to chip away, they start to erode. By the time I got to like 5,000 followers, I'm like, I can do this. There's a space on the internet for me. People want to learn about mental health, and they want to see me do my dance. They want to see me do my thing. And I was correct. And normally the things that we think, you are right. Like whether you think you can or can't, you're right. And obviously, I started off like whatever 3, 4, 5,000 followers, and I kept posting. And I think a year from that moment, I had like 400,000 followers. I moved to Los Angeles. We get past 1 million. Now we're like at 2.4 million on TikTok, and we're getting close to 1 million on Facebook. Almost 200,000 on YouTube, 300,000 on IG. I might be missing something, but we have a global audience now, and I've done things that I never thought that I could do. But I had to have the audacity to think, okay, I might be able to pull this off. That's how you get to where you want to get to. You have to remove the self-limiting beliefs. And do I still have some self-limiting beliefs? Yeah, I do. I'm not going to lie, I do. I have some self-limiting beliefs, and they revolve around relationships. I'm working on it now. But as, you become a public figure, everything in your life changes, and really the people around you, things kind of get weird. So at some point, I told myself, okay, I don't think I can have a healthy relationship being in the spotlight or whatever. And guess what? Because that was my self-limiting belief, I would seek out people, great women, but they're still working on themselves, have a couple of toxic tendencies. So do I. But my brain told me that there's no chance you can have a healthy relationship. And guess what? Subconsciously, my actions followed behind that. And now I'm learning. As I teach you, I'm still learning, but I'm learning that the things you believe, the things you say, these things are real. So I'm doing my best to be consistent, play my guitar, write every day, hit the gym, to not break the promises that I made to myself. And as I do these things, I become more and more confident. And I start to look at the things in my life where I'm like, all right, I believe that we can do better. And as you think and believe that you can do better, guess what? You start to do better. So self-limiting beliefs. This is key. This is huge. Whether you think you can or can't, you are right. So just understand that thing within us. My mouth is getting dry. It's that Adderall. But that thing within us that all makes us special. We have that thing. You have it. I have it. It's just a matter of if you want to put it on display to the world, and if you think you can. Because if you think you can, then you actually can. If you don't think you can do it, then you're cooked, right? And it's too early to be cooked. Too early in the game. We can do this. I promise you. So mindset. It all starts up here first, and then you'll see it like physically manifest. You gotta trust me on this. So that's it for this video. I don't know how long this ran, but yeah, that's it for this video. Go out, be great. I'm counting on y'all. I know y'all counting on me. So go out there, go take it. Let's work on this right here. The rest is gonna work itself out. Whatever YouTubers say at the end of these videos, yeah. Like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever. I don't know how to end these things. Either way, just look in the description. You can get some information about me, my books, the Patreon, the one-on-one coaching, my next comedy show. I'm not sure when this will be posted, but you can get all that good information down in the description. Appreciate y'all.